Good morning, Crypto Chaos. How's it going, guys? How's it going? It's another day. It's another day. I'm trying to recover from last night. I couldn't sleep, and my stomach's all a wreck. But welcome again back to Crypto Chaos, guys. Of course, the most chaotic crypto channel on YouTube, and for good reason. Yeah, a lot of good reason. How you guys doing this morning? Cody McClellan coming out with the gate with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Cody. Thank you. Let's go. Gamma God's also here. Yes, get this coffee, guys. Let's get this coffee. Let's also get this money. Also, of course, Grand Rising Otaku and Chaos family. Let's continue to hold for dear life so we can get this money. Let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Looks like we got some mint in our coffee this morning. Thank you, Gamma. Thank you. We also got Nebs here. First up to the bat. Bitches, that's of course a Nebs right there, front and center. Yes, we got let's go crazy chaos crew. Let's go. Good morning. We got user G-Dog in the house. How's it going, G-Dog? Good morning, chaos. Good morning, everybody. How's it going? I'm feeling under the weather, but I am feeling tired. Like I'm tired of winning again. I'm sick of this, guys. I'm really sick of it. Can we just start losing like now? I'm tired of it. Too much winning. Right down the middle, guys. Baseline target. Of course, last night I called for baseline bear. We're seeing a little bit of bearish pressure this morning as the yin yang held over the week, over the evening. Yin yang trade could be in effect this morning as the foreign markets did not decide to sell off, holding all the gains basically from yesterday after we sold off in the morning, and they just kept it where it was. They didn't do anything stupid. We got some crazy stuff going on. I don't even know what to believe anymore, guys. The world is on fire. The world is on fire. All right. Bloomberg's got a new crypto little
welcome to the world of decentralized finance.
Why is it that NFTs have not recovered in the same way that, say, Bitcoin has?
Bloomberg is covering all things crypto.
It's a pretty spectacular story.
The people.
This is the future. This is the 21st century economy.
It's more
the
digital.
transactions.
Future.
Snapped up nearly $1 billion of Bitcoin.
And the technology.
We need to build a digital Fort Knox.
That gives people financial freedom, and that's a wonderful thing.
That's extraordinary.
We ride
financial
the wave
freedom.
that is Bitcoin.
Bloomberg Crypto, Tuesdays only on Bloomberg.
It's crazy. It's almost like they're here with us, guys, in this digital rebellion. Crazy new promo from Bloomberg. This coming out this morning. I do want to get into a little bit of this chaos this morning. I'm not sure if it's in the headlines just yet. Oh, look, Braves wearing a hoodie. Let's go. Let's go. It's very, very chaotic this morning. Damn, what else is next? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to start with this. This will light a fire. The New World Order as presented by Canada.
We have made, and I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the New World Order.
Apparently, Canada just signed a deal with China. Sets up a new deal for the New World Order. That's one making the rounds right now. Crazy. Let's see what's going on with you guys in the chat. I'm here. Oh, Gamma. Hey, Gamma. How's it going? We got Crypto JPIC in the house. How's it going, Crypto? What? Yeah, Cody, I know, man. This world's on fire. I don't know what to believe anymore. All right, let's see what else we got over here on Bloomberg this morning.
Insights.
We got about 4 minutes till the opening bell. 4 minutes. Came in a little late this morning. I'm feeling...
Used to be, one would say, what's that got to do with the price of tea in China, when they wanted to poke holes in the relevance of something? Now, though, if you're in tune with how events around the world affect each other, it becomes clear that the current going rate of tea in China has a lot to do with a lot of things, not just tea things either, but tariffs, franchises, and IPOs.
All right, let's take a look at some headlines. We do have a couple minutes. I'm trying to fix my my camera. Stuff is a little jank this morning. Our markets are cautious, are callous. So why stocks aren't fazed by Iran, Greenland, or Venezuela. I don't know, man. The world's on fire. Machado presents her Nobel Award to Trump, prompting an incredulity in Norway. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. That Venezuela, Machado presents her peace prize to Trump. I don't think we got her confirmation from Trump that he actually accepted it, but she's very, very happy and proud of America for stepping in and giving her nation the peace it deserves. So, I mean, we're at least getting that, right? At least they're getting that. Hopefully, Iran gets some peace here soon. This is getting ridiculous. All right, what else? What else we got here? Again, we got about 3 minutes till the opening bell. Amazon now threatens drastic action after Sachs bankruptcy. Says 475 million stake is now worthless. Yikes! Russia says monitoring Trump's extraordinary push to take over Greenland. All eyes on Greenland. This morning we got another update from my brother, my otaku brother from another mother, Samson Mao, saying that they should just accept Bitcoin. $700 billion in Bitcoin, he says. I like that one. That was pretty good. All right. So, yeah, we're continuing the chaos this morning. Jim Cramer's top 10 things, yada, yada. Japan's Mitsubishi to acquire shale gas assets in the U.S. for $7.5 billion. Honeywell's a buy. His plan to buy a breakup continues. Coinbase CEO says a key crypto vote can be rescheduled after 11th hour cancellation. Last night, they were still on the move. We were getting reports that they were still drafting up something fresh and new late last night. So, may not be dead yet. We can get into that front and center here on CNBC this morning. We got to get into that when we get back from break. Let's see if we got about 2 minutes left until the marketing bell opens. Let's get back in the channel, guys, in the chat. What's going on? Cody Bacula says, who heard that they are using the alien tech to get Maduro? Oh my God. Well, they did say extraordinary, brand new tech that they were used to get Maduro. Yeah, I don't know, Cody. Maybe there's something there. What is digital reality? What to believe in an AI generated world? Oh no, I'm starting to feel like Cliff may actually be AI at this point. Hey, how's it going? Good morning, Cliff. You made it. I was worried a little bit about you there last night, buddy. Because we did get some weird, suspicious things out of your mouth last night about AI, and it's possible that my robot friend really is a robot being controlled by AI. Let's see. Cody Bakula says, who heard that they, Cliff says, go, diamonds, go, fire, chaos this morning. Good morning, everyone, good morning. Kevin God says, we're using alien tech right now, Cody. The flat crystal balls, we'll call phones, and their liquid crystal display. Yes, we are. We are definitely doing that right now. I couldn't be doing this without that technology, right, Gamma? Funny Color says, miss you guys. We missed you too, Funny. We missed you too. Cliff says, I'm beginning to wonder. Too cool, says Cliff. All right. So, we got about 30 seconds. The market bell will ring. Crazy morning so far, guys. Bitcoin's still doing the thing. Right down the middle. Baseline target hit on top of the nose. Yep. Foreign markets just being good. They're just being good. All right. Come on, Bloomberg. Let's get to it. Get on with it. We are within seconds. And they're not there yet. Okay. What else? Anything else we got here? I do want to get into more headlines. Come on. We get a little antsy now. I woke up and I'm just feeling blah. All right, guys, 20 seconds. Let's go.
Open interest program kicking off with green across the screen. S&P futures up 0.2%. NASDAQ futures up 0.6 as tech stocks really come back. The TSMC announcement, I think, took a while to set in yesterday. And now with the downgrade of HP over at CFRA, because memory chips are so expensive, investors are like, memory chips are expensive, but people are buying them. So I'm going to buy those stocks again. TechCrate ringing the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Happy campers because the stock has more than doubled since they went public in October. They do some kind of cybersecurity thing. They need to hook up with Porsche because they had cybersecurity problems apparently with the Macan and the 718. Aladdin I guess, cast members ringing the opening bell at the NASDAQ.
I have a couple thoughts. One,
I haven't seen it.
they must be so cold.
Well, I mean, it's probably heated at the NASDAQ market site.
Good point. But two, I don't know if viewers can see, but the genie's head has sparkles on it, and it's breathtaking. It's gorgeous.
It looks like he came in late from scores.
Wow.
You know? But
all right. Anyway, shall we move on to the market?
Disney Aladdin.
I'm looking at
Broadway,
what you mentioned,
ringing
Matt, the memory chip stock. There's no specific story today, but it's just the momentum continues. They're on a tear. They already led the S&P 500 in 2025. SanDisk is up. I think it's something like 74% so far year to date. It's in the 70s, that I know. Micron over the past year is up more than 200%.
What's the Internet Bloomberg real quick? I wonder who they're going to bring on. But Gamma Guy says, but hell yeah, the soldiers are saying that whatever the U.S. government used, they could move, and it felt like their heads were going to explode. Yeah, you're talking. Oh, really? He actually said that? In Venezuela. I wonder if it's that external microwave laser tech they got. That's insane, scary stuff. Aladdin, this is a sign. Oh no, Gamma. Oh no. Oh geez, Gamma. This morning you were cray. All right,
small caps.
Let's see what we got here.
Are benefiting the most from
Who we got?
AI trader. They have been year to date. Ex SanDisk. You can see. Here, the Russell 2000 in white, pulling ahead of the NASDAQ in blue and the S&P 500
SanDisk exploding
in yellow.
still. Okay,
So
gotcha.
Bitcoin
having a little bit of recovery
over the past 10 or so trading days. Let's bring in Alpine Saxon Woods Chief Market Strategist Sarah Hunt. And before we get to the costs and benefits of memory chips,
we'll give her a minute.
The small cap rally, I mean, it's been going on since Liberation Day, really.
Yes, it has, and I think the anticipation is that anything that is better for the U.S. economy
Alpine Saxon Woods, Sarah Hunt.
Competition out of the U.S. economy is going to help the small cap stocks, and I think that you've also seen that they've reacted very positively to rate cuts. So the question is now going to be what happens with the Fed going forward this year. But I think it's been a positive. It's been a trade that people talked about for several years, and when it finally started working, even though it had a couple of fits and starts a couple of years ago, I think it's continued to work.
I say one of the facets of the rotation actually goes back to what Matt was talking about of the companies that are suffering because of memory costs. I mean, HP certainly not one of the big tech stocks, but Microsoft a little bit weaker, Alphabet having some issues. Basically, any of these companies that have
Google,
to buy memory chip stocks, Apple too, because all of a sudden costs are more. How big of a theme is this? Is it just some individual stocks, or is it something in AI really is going to start to get more dispersed, and not everybody's going to get a winner because of the prices?
I think you're going to see different places have bottlenecks, and I don't know that, I mean, I was just looking at the SanDisk to see how much was short, because that's a stock you don't want to be short in the last couple of weeks, right? But I think that there will be places where you get bottlenecks that people weren't necessarily anticipating them ahead of time, and then I think that you'll get reactions to those. I don't think that this is going to be a pervasive issue for memory forever, because like everything else, when you start to get prices moving like that, people start to react to that and they start to change things. I think that this is going to be a continuous move as the CapEx build out keeps going of where the places are where there's small shortages and or issues. And there will be moments when other companies don't perform as well because all of a sudden they just had a whole increase in prices that they weren't expecting. But I don't think it's going to stay pervasive.
How much of that CapEx build out still needs to be funded? Because we're looking at record bond sales, right, to fund that. And I know that these companies have market caps far larger than the bond sales we're talking about, but still, like, the costs are so high on the chip side, on the electricity side. I imagine the building, construction, there's no labor, there's no land. And I know the revenues have come on fast, but they haven't met nearly the level of cost. Like, what if there's, Pharaoh was asking on surveillance this morning, what if there's a funding shortage for an open AI? What kind of effects does that have in the entire ecosystem?
Well, I think there's some specific issues with OpenAI in terms of the funding they need versus the spending that they've promised. I think with a lot of other companies, there is an ability to raise that money. I mean, we haven't even talked about the ancillary issues and the fact that now there's a discussion on the policy front of saying, okay, Microsoft, build your own energy for your data centers, as opposed to having problems with electricity prices across the grid. So there are a lot of things that have to happen, but I do believe that you are seeing some use cases that are making people excited enough to think that they will happen. And like everything else where the extrapolation is forever, you're never going to go in a completely straight line. And I think that there will be breakthroughs on the power usage front, on the cooling front, like all the places where people are really worried about bottlenecks going forward, which has energy generation and cooling and all this, and a lot of the ancillary issues, you're going to see technology iterations that make that incrementally better. When they
yes, we know the robots are coming. Okay, I'm over it. Let's get back into the chat, guys. How you doing? Yeah, we definitely got to save that topic. Gamma and Cody. Exactly, Cody. That's what Gamma. That's what I heard. Says Cody. We got to save that. Maybe do a little deep dive into some of the government's involvement with that tech on one of these Tuesday nights. Backholders Anonymous says, yeah, we missed you too, Funny Colors. We missed you too. All right, let's get back over to other outlets. Let's take a look at CNBC this morning, see what they're talking about. Stocks aim to wipe out weekly losses.
So much, and then they blow you away. So,
but how about Apple not going up when the Apple spends almost nothing on this? Everyone said that was because they were incompetent. Well, call me incompetent. I'd like to be as incompetent.
They are. I did say yes, reports that they are now in the market for compute in a way they haven't been previously. But you're right, they don't spend much.
You know, I said
their
Siri,
CapEx is obviously not.
I asked her to. I asked her to set it at 320. At least she gets 320. But I just feel like I don't really count on Siri for doing much. But the new Siri, I will identify myself, talk about why the Dodgers are able to invest any more than anyone else, because that's a quandary to me. Talk about the Harbaugh hire and what it means, even though he's...
All right, let's move on and see what Fox Business is covering. And we'll get back in the headlines.
Warns that Instacart could be hurt by the Uber-Kroger partnership.
So, yeah, Kroger and Uber have expanded their deal. So if you order food from Kroger, Uber Eats will deliver it from you. Well, that's bad for Instacart because their business is handling your order and then delivering it to you. So Wedbush gives them an underperform rating, and they cut the price target to $36.
Got it. PNC, they reported their earnings.
All right, going back to bank calls. Okay, let's see what else we got in the headlines. As Bitcoin remains around 95.3, having a pullback after a little bit of a jolt this morning at the open. 95.3 seems like the place to be. Let's take a look at the order books before we get any further. Let's see. Where is my order? Okay. Here we go. Of course, Kimba the White Snowline bringing us this for free every single day. Of course, thank you, Kimba, for providing this for free. And as of right now, we're getting a little bit of a sell-off, and we're buying it right back up pretty quickly. A bunch of quick orders to the upside. Millions and millions of dollars worth. 13.4 billion locked in a stalemate between the bulls and the bears in trading volume. So it's getting tight, guys. It's getting tight, and we are grinding down on that. Was it 95.3? And you can see we're getting tighter and tighter as we go. Every single hour, we continue to build this up. Crazy what the order books look like now in 2026. All right, this is crazy, guys. This is all 24-hour price action here. Our orders being placed to the upside, and you can see today's the same sort of thing we're seeing every single day. We're seeing more of these orders being filled up all over the board, filling up pretty much every single gap we got left, except for this one here. Oddly enough, the final bottom, what I call 80K. We got a stronger low now at around 86, 87K. So that's, of course, right there. You can see highlighted in very, very strong amount of heat there. We've got the bears still pretty much the same. They're locking in here between 100,000, give or take 1,000 or two to the up or down side. And you can see that they're continuing to build this up after they lost it. Just 48 hours ago. They lost that 2 days ago. So between yesterday and today, they lost it. You can see a little bit of this, holding us back right now. But we are getting really tight, and there's a lot more, of course, below us than there is above us. So very possible that we're grinding this to a halt for the bears, and we're about ready to push forward again at some point soon. All right, and that'll take us to about the last bit of resistance we had recently. I think it was 96. Then, of course, the leg back up to 97, and 98 is right in line with that. All right, we'll see if we can break 95K this morning. If not, the Bears are going to get wrecked again with a huge push to the upside. Coming soon to Wreck City near you. All right. Let's get back into the chat. The chat. See what's going on with you guys. And let's get into news again. Back to the news. Okay. But hell yeah, the soldiers were saying whatever they were using, there was the government was using, could make feel like their heads were going to explode. Yeah, we definitely got to cover that on a Tuesday. Gamma God says, yes, I believe it too, says Gamma. Brett Neb says, we missed you though too. Funny colors, we missed you too. Oh God. He's got a little bit of innuendo in there in the chat. Andy says, good morning, it's Friday. Thank you. Thank Fook. Good morning, Andy. Yes, thank God it is Friday. TGIF. And, Bitcoin, it is Friday. So usually, of course, low liquidity on Bitcoin, or, of course, assets in general, equities, etc. But, for the most part, it's still holding 95K. All right. Let's see if we can dig up any more news. Breaking news on the Bloomberg. They're on break. Okay. Running back to headlines. I want to jump into this one. We did pull this one up before we got started. That is Coinbase. Coinbase CEO says that key crypto vote can be rescheduled after the 11th hour cancellation. And last thing we heard yesterday was that we're going to get rescheduled until Thursday, the 27th. I think it's Thursday. The 27th at 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. at the end of this month. Let's see if we're still looking at the same deadline. We're going to have to update that. All right, senators are vowing to go forward with a major crypto bill that would give the industry a role on the road after a planned committee vote was derailed at the 11th hour. But the biggest sticking points have been issues for months. Democrats, Republicans, the crypto industry, and the banks have tried to find common ground. Doesn't look like they're going to see anything different out of this, honestly, from just that beginning of this article. But we'll get back to it after the break, and we'll find some ways to fix it after the to fix the bill. Looks like they're going to come back. Lemma said it could take until February or March to rehold the vote. No way. No way. She did not say that. Why am I freaking out? Because that was what I put in my narrative. February, March, if we have a shutdown. I wonder if they're shifting gears. February, March, if they have a shutdown. What if we're going to get a shutdown? It is written, apparently. Prophecy foretells. I don't know, guys. Hopefully we don't see another shutdown in America. But if we do, Bitcoin will love it, just like it did last time. All right, but let's see what else we got. One of the biggest debates around the bill with the rewards of the companies, of course, with stable coins. Anything else to take away from here? Banks are preparing to fight for more favorable language. More than 3,000 banks have signed a petition by the American Bankers Association and warning that the allowing crypto to offer interest-like rewards will siphon trillions from the local lending for banks. Yeah. We've read that song and dance before. All right, so that's it. Don't think there's any new update to this, honestly. I think this is just for the normies reading CNBC. Try to find normies. All right, let's go. Markets are callous. Why stocks faded aren't phased by Iran, Greenland, or Venezuela. Let's take a look at this as well. The first 2 weeks of 2026 have seen U.S. President Donald Trump's administration capture Venezuela's president, threaten to respond to a violent Iran crackdown on protests, and seize Greenland. So why are stocks rising? Very good question. I think they're had enough, man. I think we're tired. We just got used to it. We're adapting to the chaos. The headlines have caused price swings in asset classes like gold, silver, and oil. Traders sought safe havens and weighed the impact of the U.S. intervention in the Middle East could have on the oil supply. It could just be getting enough exposure to a debasement trade that they just don't care anymore. They're just going to invest what they have left in these stocks. Okay, let's see. Equity markets, however, appear to be shrugging off the news. S&P 500 had just lose 3 straight losing sessions since the markets began trading the new year and was up around 1.5% year to date on Thursday's close. Europe's Latin America and Middle East, where the nations hit most closer to home, have also risen as have Asia Pacific stocks. The U.S. view, the Wall Street's three major averages have made gains despite the news, appearing to shrug off the U.S. President Donald Trump's apparent willingness to order military operations overseas, threats like take territory from a close ally by force. Alongside the S&P 500's gain, Wall Street's two other major averages are up this year. Dow Jones Industrial Average has closed 3%, while tech-heavy NASDAQ composites up 1.2%. And you can see right there, the S&P 500 index. So we did get a brand new futures all-time highs too, over 7,000. We did not quite hit that yet in the S&P 500. Okay, the Eric Friedman, Chief of Staff, Investment Officer for Chicago-based Northern Trust Wealth Management, which manages assets of basically $500 billion, said that markets hadn't been moved by Trump's actions and rhetoric on Iran, Venezuela, and Greenland party because no other large economic or military powers had responded yet. Markets are looking at these events in isolation, and it will take likely a unique response to each flare-up to drive more market agita. Okay. He told the CNBC in an email, "We don't want to speculate that subsequent actions may follow, but what we would be concerned with beyond the human conditions in a given world or region would be if the lines are drawn to impact the trade in an increasingly subsequent world." And I just showed you this morning, it's getting kind of chaotic and the world's on fire right now. I just can't believe I woke up to President Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, agreeing to usher in a new deal, a new world order with China. All right. Also, the Supreme Court ruling is due soon, and on the legality of the Trump's tariffs. But in the meantime, global investors appear to have adapted to the White House 2025 pivots, Friedman said. Increased flare-ups beyond what has occurred already could push the countries to revisit trade ties or threaten sanctions. All right, so yeah, it's just kind of the calm before the storm is what they're getting at here in this article, saying that that's why markets are not fazed by Greenland, Iran, or Venezuela at current date and time. Machado presents her Nobel Award to Trump, promoting incredibly in Norway. It says here that a decision by Venezuela opposition leader Marina Machado to present U.S. Donald Trump with the Nobel Peace Prize for medal has prompted disbelief in Norway, which awards the prize. It's completely unheard of, said Jean Halland Matlary, a former state secretary of Norway's foreign affairs minister. This is incredibly embarrassing, Raymond said, for a center-left Labour Party, said in a Facebook post. Well, I guess when your country's being oppressed and you'll do anything and give anything to have it, of course, have a taste of freedom, I think giving up a silly, golden statue is probably worth it, right? Probably worth it. All right, so yeah, that's what it looks like. U.S. President thanked Machado on social media, describing it as a wonderful gesture of mutual respect. The White House later posted a photo of Trump and Machado with the U.S. President holding up a large gold-colored frame displaying the medal. The Nobel Peace Center in a museum in Norway's capital dedicated to the Nobel Peace Prize said a medal cannot change owners, but the title of the Nobel Peace Prize, the medal can change owners, but the total of the title cannot, is what they're saying. Blasphemy. Politics over peace, apparently. Okay, over it. All right, I'm over it. Let's see what else we may be missing over on doom scrolling and Doomberg. They're coming back. I think it looks like they're coming back, right? Coming back soon. Let's check back in the chat and see how you guys are doing this morning. How are you feeling? We'll take a look at sentiment while they're on break. They're still on break, yeah. We'll take a look at sentiment here. Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Happy Friday, Otaku and Chaos crew. Happy Friday, yes. Happy joy. Andy in the chat says, Zbeck is looking to break out. Let's take a look at Zbeck real quick on the charts. Bitcoin's still hanging out at 95,000 and some change. All right, let's see what's going on in Zbeck this morning. Damn, yeah, it does look like Zbeck wants to break out. We're still held behind, of course, the 1010 wall. Most of these assets have not broken past it yet. Zbeck will break through it if it reaches 2036. So, still waiting for that retest on that bear trend line. Still grinding it up on the bull trend line. At some point, we will get squeezed out, and this has been my idea for a while, that we're coming up here and right around, looks like right now it's lining up to, oh, wow, are you kidding me? No way. Okay, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, the 25th, could possibly be a breakout day, a deadline for ZBEC. It could be even faster if, of course, Bitcoin would get to 100K. We'll see a lot of golden candles that day. Yes, we will. If we do see Bitcoin break 100K, I'm looking at Bitcoin, of course, retesting near those 100 range, 98, 99, somewhere this weekend on Sunday. That's right, Sunday, leading into Monday morning. It's still the idea I have on the board, guys. Still what I got. Another leg up. All right. Let's see what else we got in the chat. How you guys are feeling? Zebek trying to break out, Andy. Yes. Happy Friday, Andy. Yes. Happy Friday to everybody. Yes. Wake up. Are you not entertained? It's time to wake up, guys. Don't forget to also like and subscribe, guys. Let's get our numbers. Let's keep getting the numbers up. Thank you so much. Bill by February, March. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. 10th of March, Fiat Day. Is that a real day, Cliff? Is that a real day? Weird. Cliff says, will today be another late Friday market close? Crazy day shakeout. Just wouldn't be surprised. Oh, you're talking about Trump doing something crazy on a Friday evening? He's been known to do that now on these weekend moves, weekend stunts. Maybe. Andy says, does Ben have his stockings on yet? It's Friday. He probably does. He's probably kicking them up in his car right now, headed to work. Nev says he woke up with them on. Yeah, he probably did because it's freaking cold. Guys, it's like 30 degrees in sunny Florida right now. 30 degrees is crazy. I don't think it's gotten this... I don't remember being this cold living in Florida ever. I mean, if it was a few degrees and we had precipitation, South Florida could have got snow. It's crazy. Let's see. Gamma Guys says, Grand Rising, Andy, Joy, Max, and E. Perez. Good morning to all of you guys. Good morning. Let's go. We're here. All right. Yes. Good day, Gamma. Good day. Happy Joy. Joyce in the chat. How's it going, Joy? Hope you're having a great Friday. All right. Let's get back into it. What are we talking about? Rotation continues. Yes, the rotation. Yes, I've been talking about since last year.
The fact that they're getting
it's finally happening.
By their stuff, but also that he thinks they have good products.
Yeah, I try to bring you some interesting names. We're overweight NVIDIA too. A lot of people come and talk to you about NVIDIA.
All right, who do we got?
David Royal for these stocks is the upper end consumers doing better than lower end consumers. So upscale brands, but still the upper end consumers trading down, looking for value. We also want brands that compete on product innovation or product niche as opposed to relying on macro tailwinds, because we have seen some weakness in employment. So Shark Ninja would be an example. They compete with Dysons of the world at a little lower price point. I remember dropping my kids off at college, and there was a Dyson cooling fan and a Shark Ninja cooling fan right next to each other. I saw 6 straight parents go and buy the Shark Ninja fan because it was about $50 cheaper.
Yeah, I've done that with like a hair blow dryer.
What the hell? This is some random banter about some weird product I've never heard of. Shark Ninja fan. Okay, I'm over it. We're going to go check over at CNBC, see what we got over there. We got about 5 minutes until we get into the crypto news, guys. Breaking, of course, this morning. All right, let's see what we got. Swalk on the street talking.
History of the shortage.
What are we talking about?
They are. Yeah, big. All those are, well, look, I mean, the biggest winners are, you could say, Lam Research, Applied Materials, and KLA. They'd make the machines that could alleviate the shortage.
Damn. Is that
we're back right after this.
AMD's up 15% on the day? Crazy. All right, so they're going on break right now. That is nuts. Wow, AMD is coming out the gate, just hitting hard. Let's take a look at Fox Business, and then, yeah, we're going to take a look at some more headlines after that. EA arms race.
While AI is indeed becoming a technological breakthrough, there are mounting concerns over the system's influence on mental health. Madison Allworth has been looking into this.
Okay, we're going to get,
AI psycho...
I really don't want to get into that. Yes, we know people are doing dumb things because they're listening to AI and they're like, okay, I should kill myself. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And then remember the kids? Oh my God, the kids' toys saying like perverse stuff. Yeah, it's definitely an issue. It's too early. It's too early to be putting that stuff in kids' toys. All right, moving on. All right, let's see what else we got. Let's take a look over at Fox Business headlines. We already went through all the CNBCs. All right, Trump plan would let Americans use 401ks for home down payments. We are really pushing it, man. So we're gonna we're gonna take a chunk of what we're supposed to be saving in retirement, which Americans still don't have enough to retire. By the way, nowhere near. The average American has somewhere between $200,000 and $500,000 by the end of their saving for retirement, and they need about $2.5 million right now to retire comfortably. And I mean, let's be honest, and probably like in the mid states, right? Let's see what else is going on here. Mortgage rates fall again, giving Americans long-awaited relief. Take a look and see what they're talking about this morning. Yesterday we covered this. I think it was the same exact article, I think, and it was only down like a fraction of 8%. Like we're talking like 0.05 or 0.03 or something. Let's take a look. Freddie Mac's latest primary mortgage survey released on Thursday, so that was yesterday. Average rate on benchmark 30-year fixed rate down to 6.06 from 0.1% now, 0.1% now, but still nothing to move the needle on these people that can't afford mortgages. Right now, the average first-time home buyer is in their 40s, guys, 40s. No one's starting their journey of adulthood, getting into a home when they're 40. They're doing it when they're 20, and they're not moving out of their parents' house until they're like 35, 36 now. It's crazy. Rick Reeder discusses Fed profitability, monetary policy in an interview for the chair, and of course he was interviewed by the White House just a couple of days ago. He's still one of the top picks. Did they actually? Oh, yeah. They actually covered that in this video here. Just a quick little piece of banner.
Good morning, Marianne.
Rick Reeder, BlackRock CEO.
He was in that meeting. He talked about the Federal Reserve profitability. He talked about the monetary policy, the possibility that it needs to be stable going forward. He also talked about the U.S. debt dynamics. Now, in the room for this meeting, which is the final meeting of the Federal Reserve candidates, was President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, Susie Wiles, the Chief of Staff, as well as Dan Scavino, the Deputy Chief of Staff. Now, Reeder stands as the only candidate who does not have Federal Reserve as well as government experience going forward on that final list. Now, my sources are telling me that the people in the room viewed that as a big positive going forward for Reeder.
Interesting.
Now, this is the last interview before the president makes his final decision. Through this process led by the Treasury Secretary, he started with 10 names from a wide range of backgrounds to this initial list that we will see here momentarily. 4 names left on that list. President Trump then took the time to get to know each candidate on that final list.
And there they are: Kevin Warsh, Kevin Hassett, Christopher Waller, and Rick Reeder. And right now, Kevin Warsh had flipped Kevin Hassett as of last night on the Poly Market poll. All right, so I'm over it. But yeah, we're gonna find out eventually. We should have found out already last month, but okay. Let's see what else we got. Anything else breaking over here? Anything worth looking into? More than 80,000 vehicles recalled for not being loud enough to alert pedestrians. Wow. I'm assuming that's Tesla vehicles. I don't know what that is. Or just self-driving. AI won't kill your job, but it will change what real work means, says CEO. Yeah, I believe you. Not. FDA expands chocolate recall nationwide. There's all these recalls. Of course, it's very emotional here at Fox B. Chocolate bars pulled from shelves nationwide. Salmonelli. McDonald's CEO reveals 3 food trends that could shape 2026. And a bunch of nonsense. All right, I'm over it. U.S. plans to build a nuclear reactor on the moon by 2030. Let's go. Are you serious? I'm telling you, I don't believe anything anymore. The world is like, I'm waking up to a different reality. What is the hell is this? Canada's shaking hands with President Xi. We're building a nuclear reactor on the moon.
Calling the SpaceX Crew 11 home from the International Space Station months ahead of schedule in the first ever medical evacuation. Joining me now is the NASA administrator.
Yeah.
Where our satellites are.
Here we go.
Well, space certainly is a national security issue. The high ground has always mattered throughout human history. We have a president, and President Trump, who knows that and appreciates it. President Trump created the Space Force during his first term specifically to have a dedicated team of warfighters that are capable of protecting that ultimate high ground. President Trump also appreciates the peaceful exploration for science and discovery in space. That's why he created the Artemis program during his first term, which was committing American astronauts to return to the moon. And now recently he established a national space policy that says not only will we go back to the moon, but we're going to build a moon base. We're going back to stay. We're going to build the infrastructure on the moon to realize its scientific, economic, and national security potential and do the other things. The president said we have to invest in nuclear power and propulsion in space to set up for future giant leaps to Mars and beyond. The president said we need an orbital economy in space so that space is not perpetually funded by taxpayers.
It's crazy. And they're going to build a freaking power plant on the moon. And that kind of goes along with that coin we were talking about yesterday. Remind me what it was in the chat again. I forget what it was. There's too many damn coins. Too many damn coins. But there was a coin we talked about yesterday. We hadn't covered in a while, and it was basically cloud computing and facilitating data in space. Okay, moving on from that narrative. Let's continue on. We're gonna go one more time through Bloomberg, making sure I'm not missing anything else breaking.
And tear gas just started forming.
They're on break, and we're going to check out overall sentiment and get into crypto news, guys. The time starts now. Let's see what's going on with crypto. And the stock market right now sitting at fear and greed level of greed 63, continuing another day of greed for the stock market. Crypto fear and greed also in greed? Question mark? No, back to neutral. Snap back to neutral. Kind of in a weird kind of way. All right, let's see what's going on with Dixie. How's the Dixie holding up? 99.23 on the down. We should be going, man. Dixie moving back down from a high yesterday of 99.4, I believe. 99.4. All right, and then we have bubbles. What's going on with the crypto bubbles this morning? Everything a little bit shaky, down 1.7%. Having some pullback. Dash is the only thing up 11% on the biggest mover, of course, on the day. We got Polygon and Zcash sharing the blunt of the blow. 7.8% down. The biggest move to the downside on Polygon. Not too bad. Kind of going flat for the most part. We've got IP Stories still up 29% on the week. Dash is up a killer 131% on the week. Of course, these are the biggest movers to the upside. Nothing really here on the downside. Litecoin, though, did lose that top 20 spot this week, down a total of 10%. It's the only thing that's really down with some utility other than MakerDAO, 17.1% down, still holding on the weekly. All right, so those are the big movers we have on the day. Of course, we have Pump.Fun coming back. Maybe they got an announcement for this court case that they've been facing. ICP is still up about 28%. A lot of big movers, guys, but there's nothing really on the downtrend. That's huge, anyway. We're looking for, of course, 15s and 20s here. The only thing we got is MakerDAO. You want to buy some Maker? Buy some Maker. I'm not going to stop you. All right, looking at the monthly here. What are we doing, guys? Running out of opportunities. On the monthly, of course, we're looking for 30s and 40s. There is nothing in sight. The bottom is clearly here. Appears to be. Mantle sitting at 24.8% on the down low. The closest we have to a 30% off, and that's Mantle, man. That thing got rocked hard last year. Maybe you want to risk it for the biscuit, but that's the only thing in the top 100 right now that is significantly pulled back since the start of the year. All right, moving on to the top 200 assets, doing the same thing over here as well. Looking for opportunistic DCA, opportunities of a lifetime possibly. The last chance for this year before a run really happens. All right, let's get back into the daily here on the top 200 assets. We got A baby. I don't know what this is. Volta just moved in the top 200. Looks like maybe a week or two ago. It's losing ground fast though, as it did enter. Is it? Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. This one here, down 20% here on the day. It's not even a year old yet, so it's about a month and a half old, I think. About a month and a half old, or maybe a month, a solid month. It came out around December 17th. It's trying to find its bottom, and it looks like it's just it started. It got dropped in the middle of a rally, and then now it's finding its pullback. Look out for a bottom if you want to look into what that project is. There's too many damn projects. Now Bard is also in the top 200 as well. This thing came out about a month ago as well. Again, these coins are going to find their bottoms at some point. This one launched, let's see, originally in September. It's kind of rounded out. It might have already found it, to be honest, but it did get another pullback again to some of these lower levels. All right, so that's Bard and, of course, A. Big moves today. Speaking of big moves to the upside, we got Zbeck up 10% on the day, chopping up here and smashing through 30, 2030. Good day for Zbeck. And then, of course, my friends in the chat who hold the asset, we all know some of the big names in the chat that do hold this asset. Whales. Watch out for them whales, me laddies. We've got Syrup down 10% on the day. There's a bunch of opportunities here. I don't know. I don't really like them, to be honest. But yeah, maybe there's something in here for you. Jido's down 5%. I was calling Jido for a long time at the tail end of last year because it was the only thing that was oversold with some utility. We got was that Rocket or no, it's Plasma. Plasma's down 8%. Just not feeling anything here on the day, but there are some opportunity here. There is definitely some here compared to the top 100. Looking at the top 200 on the weekly, we're looking for 15s, 20s, right? Minimum here on the weekly. Jasmy's almost at 15% off. That's definitely going to be my runner-up here. We got Monad still slipping 18% on the week. Pippin still 27% on the week. That's that AI meme thing. Yeah. Lit down 37% on the week. That's the biggest mover to the downside that we got today. It looks like A just lost. A huge amount of ground. Is still chopping down 20% on here on the week. All right, so yeah, between Lit, Monad, and Jasmy, probably the only thing I'd really recommend looking at if you wanted to DCA today. Everything else is kind of flat. We do have XEN down 8% on the week, but again, we're looking for 15s, 20s on the weekly. On the monthly here, we're looking for 30s, 40s. Merlin is the only thing that still fits that criteria. It's the only coin I've been shouting from the rooftops for, I don't know, 2 weeks. And I don't hold this project. It's the only thing I see here with utility we've done a little bit of a dive on, right? All right, guys, so that's it. That's all we got. Those are your only picks for DCA today if you want to, of course, take the opportunity. All right. Oh, Jesus, guys. Again, not the financial advice, just my 2 cents.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yep. Moving back into TradFi news one more time, and we're going to jump into
we're
crypto.
being led by industrials. Biggest drag that's coming from consumer staples. You mentioned JB Hunt, Scarlett. JB Hunt Transportation Services. That's following the company's fourth quarter revenue.
Looks like SP 500 is flat today too. All right, moving on. Let's continue. Let's get into the real news. Crypto news. All right. Cointelegraph bringing us some headlines this morning. Who gets the yield? Clarity Act becomes fight over on-chain dollars. Hopefully we stick it to the banks and we finally stand up against them. Decentralized is the way. Let's see. Bitcoin bullish in Q1 says Willy Woo. XRP lacks clarity. Ooh, trade secrets. Let's take a look and see what Willy Woo has to say on that. As that's breaking news. Let's see. Ethereum buying ETF outpaces new supply. Will it push Ethereum price to 4.5 thousand in due time? Of course, we got huge news out of Ethereum holder Bitmine yesterday. Tom Lee's company, of course, partnering up with Mr. B is insane. I tell you, I live in a twilight zone right now. It's insanity what's happening every day, and the prices still remain the same. The normies about ready to get slapped in the face with a fish with that one. All right, Trump moves on the Fed. Italy warns in Finfluencers? Finland? I don't know. Global Express and U.S. crypto market structure bill in limbo as industry polls support. And these are all pretty much new, old articles down there today. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on here. Magazine by Cointelegraph. Bitcoin bullish in Q1 says Willy Woo. XRP lacks clarity. Trade secrets inbound. Came out 5 minutes ago. Willy Woo confident in Bitcoin's price short term, but there is a catch. Analysts say that Ethereum for a new multi-year cycle, but Polymarket disagrees. Bitcoiners tip bullish pump in Q1. Bitcoin's price took a set up to a rip early 2026, but the pump may be short-lived, according to Bitcoin OG analyst Willy Woo says, we don't got legs on this one. The trend so far paints a bullish pump in Q1. Woo tells magazine, adding that the longer-term structure is bearish. Yes, his conviction is loosely held, no crystal ball. January is typically a quieter month for Bitcoin, averaging about 4.28% gains since 2008-13, while February and March have historically produced stronger returns of 13% and 12%, according to CoinGlass. Wu says that Bitcoin's performance in the near term is dependent on investor flows, which he says has been in a 6-month downtrend. Bitcoin is trading at 95,500 at the time of publication, up 4.3% over the past 7 days, according to CoinMarketCap. Bitcoin has good odds of heading towards 108K. Capriole Investments founder Charles Edwards says Bitcoin's recent price surge opens up to good odds trends to 108K from here. It's kind of what we're looking at the order books as well. Bitcoin just had its first promising technical move in a while. Edwards said he explained that he would need to see Bitcoin close this week above 93,500 to confirm a downside freak out. Crypto analyst Rect Capital says it's likely that Bitcoin will be able to close above that price level. And let's take a look and see where we currently are right now. 95.5 still holding this morning, going sideways in the American Open. That's good, guys. Usually we can hold that level and get a little momentum going. We can, of course, push that into the afternoon. A quick move to 108,000 could wipe over 673 million in Bitcoin short positions. So we already saw about that amount each day, the last 2 days in a row. Not yesterday, but the 2 days prior. We saw about 750 million in liquidations from the shorts, and then the day after we saw, I think it was, we saw 800. So 700, 800, about getting close to almost a billion each day on the wreckage. XRP may falter upon surprises from Clarity Act analysts. XRP's price could face near-term pressure if there are unpleasant surprises. And of course, we got to wait and see how it's going to shake up at the end of this month. All right. Ethereum about to start the next multi-year cycle. An analyst says Ethereum and altcoins may be entering the next cycle on multi-year cycles with a potential price breakout towards all-time highs. The bottom was in Q4 2025 for both. Crypto analyst says Matthew Hyland says the market in Ethereum's fourth cycle with its low coming just 3 months after reaching all-time highs of 4,953. And guys, we were so pissed because on that day, me and Crypto Mom Ramona here in the chat, we put in a prediction together. We were like dead set on it. $5,000 on the same day. We were robbed by $50 freaking dollars. I'll never forget it. It pissed me off. You stupid? I'm sure it pissed her off too. In 38 of the previous cycle, the next cycle is low is due now. Is due in quarter two of 2029. Wow. So he's saying up forever. That's insane. The next cycle low is due in 2029. That's insanely bullish. Synonymous crypto trader Titan of Crypto says that an Ethereum breakout is already underway. It's confirmed the pattern is target is 4,200. He said, and it would be a 27.5% increase from its current price of $3,292, according to CoinMarketCap. All right. Standard Chartered also loaded its Ethereum price forecast at 7,500 for the end of 2026, down from its previous forecast of 12,000, which pretty much was on par with Tom Lee's last year, right? While lowering its end of 2028 forecast at 22 and 25,000. That's crazy. End of 2025. However, the bank expects Ethereum to surpass 40,000 by 2030, raising it against its long-term forecast and a previous $30,000 target. That's crazy. So they upped their 2030 price predictions. That's crazy. 40 grand for Ethereum. That might be bearish, honestly. That might be bearish in the grand scheme of things. If Bitcoin's trading at $1 million, right? I know some of the Ethereum bulls are like, well, if Bitcoin's at $1 million, it should be at 100K. Ethereum should be. I don't know. It's also like, there's a lot more coins in that ecosystem, and they have no cap. The largest Ethereum public treasury company by market cap, Bitmine, just staked another huge batch of Ethereum, bringing its total, of course, now over 1.5 million Ethereum. Bitcoin sentiment's turning bearish or bullish. Bitcoin sentiment on social media can turn increasingly pessimistic even as the asset climbed up 5% over the past 7 days, according to the crypto sentiment platform Santiment. Yeah, sentiment. What the heck? The commentary toward Bitcoin across social media has increasingly turned more and more bearish as prices bounce this week. Sentiment said on Thursday. Sentiment has said rising FUD across social media over the past 10 days could be the fuel Bitcoin needs to push back towards 100K, noting that the markets often move against retail sentiment. There you go. There you go. Chinks in the armor there. Fear and greed index right here. Showing 61% in greed. Let's see if it's still holding that over here on Cointree. Not really. All right, let's get back to it, guys. We got to get back into the news. Let's see what's going on over here. Catch up with you guys in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. They got Mandeep, of course, Bloomberg analyst. I'm gonna skip this one. Trump moves to make tech giants pay for power costs. That's what we got there. All right, CNBC. Let's see what we got here, and then we're gonna get back in the chat. And they are on break as well. Okay. Otaku is a Zebek whale, says Max. Am I? I don't think so.
What are you, stupid?
I'd love to be, though. Damn river is on fire, says Gamma Goddess. Yeah, river's on fire in Ohio this morning. It's just another day, man. Jasmine, tell bro. Yes, Tamiz Han. How's it going this morning in the chat, Tamiz? I could take a look at Jasmine for you. I do like me some Jasmine. Sitting at 208. Still holding the level down here. Still doing the thing. We're hoping to see a breakout at some point back and retest. Of course, everything is held underneath the bear. Where is it at? Oh, I didn't draw it on this one yet. All right, that's cool. It's actually not looking too bad. I think actually already broke out. Of course, of the October trend. Yes, October 10. Yes, bear trend already broke out. It already broke out. When was that? What day was that? Probably the beginning of the year. The 2nd. So it broke out with Bitcoin, basically. Almost the same exact day. Crazy. All right, so that's Jasmine, of course, already seeing the breakout. And we scribbled this on here. I forget how. When, way back here at the end, or the middle of December. And I was calling for this. So we're starting to see it finally start to play out. Yep, finally started to play out. I'm going to leave that there. All right, so yeah, what we're looking at for Jasmine in terms of price action, if you're back testing some of these key areas, we're stuck in one right now. Right around 209 is about ready for a breakout of 209. Back to 1 penny. We did touch 1 penny twice so far this year. Twice. We could not get above it yet, so it's still a little early. Let's get back over here. But Japan's fiscal year, I'll be watching Japan's fiscal year starts, I believe, in March. So I'll be looking out for that. They have a lot of investors start to really jump in February. So the month prior to the end of the fiscal year. So usually February is usually a good year for, a good month for Jasmine. It has in the past. That's the first time we saw the major breakout from these key levels back in 2024. I'll never forget it. We ran from half a penny to 5 cents. That month. It was crazy. So yeah, that could happen again. We're looking at these other key areas that are kind of stuck within price action. We're looking at 1 pen 3, 1 cent 5, and of course 2. If we get back above 2. All right. So there's of course what you're looking at. What we're up against right now on Jasmine. If we can hold here and keep this as a leg of support. Chop around here for a little bit. We can, of course, continue another leg up, and we continue another leg up, and all is right in the world. But liquidity has to fall in, obviously, and investors are definitely getting bigger in crypto with the new regime change with Takaichi. Yeah, Takaichi. All right. The first Japanese president. All right. Emperor, not really. 95,000 still holding. 95,000 still holding on Bitcoin. And some change still holding. Are we grinding down a little bit here? Let's take a look at the 1 minute. We are starting to lose a little bit of ground. Will it hold? Will it hold the channel? We haven't even tested the lower end of this channel yet, guys. Last night I was calling for baseline bear. We got baseline on the nose. And we didn't even get anywhere near the bottom of this channel. And if you look at the order books, it's still pretty much being held up and represented over there. Let's take a look and see if anything's changed. I don't think anything's changed, but we'll take a look anyway. Let's get back here, full screen it. Of course, bringing this for you for free, guys, is Kim Beloit Snowline on YouTube. Of course, I love the anime reference on my channel. We are starting to see a breakdown on Bitcoin as we speak. Let's see if it comes back and bounces. Starting to chop up a little bit before the low there. We did see a last big sell-off in that range, and the bulls are setting up shop there to defend it at 95 flat. That's the biggest level the bears have to face, and we're about ready to test it right now. Let's get back to the chart. Ooh, we got some price action, some fun stuff this morning. There we go, it's going. How low can we go? Are we gonna touch it? 94.5. Are we gonna touch it? Are we wicking? We're starting to wick. We did get one candle wick down there at the 1 minute, wicking back up so far. Let's see, go back to the charts, exploding with bullish price action to the upside. The bears have us right now by about 0.2 billion in trading volume to the downside. So it is a little bit in the bears' favor, but not by much. We're climbing up pretty quick. Millions and millions of dollars ushering in right now as the screen just flies on by. I'm trying to catch them in my eye. Slowing down a little bit now. I can see some of them. About 10 million there and just like 4 different orders. There's a whole bunch of $1 million buys there. Just popped over the stream. You can see it's definitely starting to get a lot more buy pressure here at 95 flat. 95 flat. We're going to see FOMO back in the market again soon? Yeah, maybe. A lot of pressure there to sell. Nothing is even close to $1 million though. Half a million here, there, all broken up and chopped up for the most part. So yeah, we're still early. We still have about 2 hours until intraday trading begins in America. Of course, people go into lunch break. The only time they ever get a chance to participate in the markets is right around lunchtime. All right, so we are starting to grind up a little bit. Let's go back to the chart, and you can see. I can still see it kind of in my view here. We're still building up these areas. Even on the low end. 94.9. Maybe see a bounce here. Last time we touched this was before the market opened. When was it? 95. We haven't touched it since I think we broke out. We almost did right there. 95 flat right there. We did break it though. Let's see. Yep, since the breakout. So there's a bunch there. That, of course, we have to recognize, and it's definitely getting the chop there. Can we hold? That's the question. Can we hold? 94.8 breaking down on the wicks. We're going to lose this area, guys. We may lose this area. If we do, yeah, we're going to have to wait maybe a little longer than Sunday. We don't want to lose 95. We really don't. But the bears do want to look like they want to short us back down to 94. That would take us down to here. Of course, not much really here either. We could lose that pretty easily as well. If we do lose this area, 93.5's next. And of course, we keep tumbling until we find another area of support. We have a little bit more price action and history. That would be right here, about 92. 92 would be a stronger level of support if we do not hold 95. So far, it's still chopping. And wicking. Look at that wick. We're still nowhere near the golden dip. We originally started this rally building this one, of course, here. Crazy. I can't believe that thing's still there. Usually it doesn't like stay around for a week. Usually it disappears. Probably because of like memory constraints on my computer or something. I don't know. All right, here we go. We're wicking. Starting to build that wick up. Get back to the order book, see how they're holding. Yep, we got a bunch of more price action still going that way. Bears now have 13 billion against the bulls, 12.7 billion in volume. If we do push back from here, the next wick would probably take us to about almost 96. We got 95.75, so 750. Probably the next target if we do smash through this like in a crazy wick, and we're starting to wick. Damn, I can't look away, guys. Watching the corn this morning. Damn it. We do got to get into some real news over on Twitter, though. Let's see if we can see anything breaking, popping up. I'm going to keep this on the board. Let's get back over there. Let's get it. All right, guys. Breaking news over on X. Let's see what we got. Unfiltered, unvetted. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe here on YouTube as I bring you the breaking news as it comes to us every single day. Morning and night, of course, when the morning open here in the United States and the foreign market open at night. Let's go. All right. What do we got? Something's wrong. Oh, no. I think I got banned. Oh, no. Something's really wrong. Do we have an outage? Helmo, help me. What the hell is going on? Yeah, I think Twitter's down, guys. I don't know what is going on. Twitter down? Question mark. X is down. No real news today. Oh no! Twitter outage and reported problems. Let's see. This is the detector, I guess. Well, I am closer to down here in Florida. I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know. Let me know in the chat if your Twitter is down as well. But I've never seen this act up like this before. Let's get back in the chat saying, I gotta catch up with you guys. My phone is blowing up with some assets moving too. We can take a look and see what's moving. I'm getting notifications for Zback. Zback looking like it wants to do another pamp. Let me stop this alarm real quick and we'll get back over there. Zback pamping. And X is down. What the hell? Alright, what's going on? 95,000 still holding for Bitcoin. Zback now at 2032. The FOMO is real. People are starting to read what's going on with this project and learning that they want to get a piece of this before it takes off and it's gone. Yeah, we did break out, producing possibly another leg up via a cup and of course handle pattern here on the 5 minute. Let's look out and see what holds here. Damn, look at that breakout. Originally from this one here, just a few days ago. That was on day. Yeah, it takes us back up to retest this here, which is right around 2033. We didn't quite get there yet, though. So let's get back and rethrow that up there. That's what we're up against right now. And then where are we looking at? Beyond that, again, I just showed you guys this chart. I already told you we're headed for this wall. We need to get through the bear trend from 1010, right? We need to destroy this. We need to break it in order to get back above 204 and start testing these higher levels for Zback. Again, the highest level I think we've ever seen on Zback was about half a penny. So this thing broke out and made a lot of people happy last year. The highest we actually had was 207 on that first leg up. Remember when we bought down there, guys? I miss it. Yeah, those are good days. But this is not bad either at 203. It's not too bad either. All right. So that's what's going on with Zback. Still continuing its leg up and potentially breaking out today. Woo, look at that. People are just reading that, of course, Truth Social, not Truth Social, World Liberty Financial token. There's too many Trump projects. Remember the Trump phone? Whatever happened to the Trump phone? Did that ever come out? I don't think it did. There are people just waking up to what's going on with this project. A lot of Z's and X's are going to do well this year. That's all I got to say. Wait till the retail gets in with some of this stimulus checks and stuff. All right, is Twitter back yet? How are we doing in the chat? Am I talking to myself? Am I even live anymore? Tola coming in with a $4 super choppy. Super copy this morning. Thank you, Tola. Thank you. Okay. Twitter telling me I'm number one, says Cliff. So I don't think it's down for you. X not gonna give it to you. 100%, Max. X usually gives it to me, and it's not gonna today. That sucks. Let me know in the chat. Are you guys facing outages? Because this is sus. Southern Western Coast X barfing? What? I don't know. I'm in Washington State and my X is down. Thank you, Miller Mountain. Thank you for confirming there is an outage of some kind. It's not just me. Morning, Miller Mountain. Thank you again. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming in clutch there. Gavin says, Max Kick's gonna not give it to you today. Go, yo, Gamma, how you be? Jake the Snake in the house. Guys, don't forget. Jake the Snake always reminding me to chill harder. Don't forget to hit the likes and subscribe, guys. That's all I ask. It's Iran. Oh no, I had an outage early this week as well, says Jake the Snake. And boom, Andy coming in with a $5 super. Yes, awesome. I love it, Andy. Of course, our friendly whale in the chat, our friendly neighborhood whale, Andy, says, Happy Zback Friday, everyone. Retired by Sunday. Damn, let's go, Andy. I know you are definitely one of the biggest holders of Zback that I know of. Crypto JPEG says, Silver taking a nice dip. Efferoony. It's my DCA day, says Crypto JPEG. Nice. We can take a look at silver real quick too. It's working now. Look, it just popped up. It just popped up. We're back. All right. Let's see if we can catch anything breaking as the internet just gets back online, apparently. What the hell? Via Twitter. Crazy. All right. Okay. What do we got here? It's just loading in. Everything's just kind of loading in now, ushering in. Okay. Let me get this straight. What? Ned funnels $300 million of taxpayers' money through NGOs. It really funds the censorship of American citizens, and then the entire advertiser pressure complex had payments frozen by Doge, and then yet every single Democrat, 80 plus 81 Republicans voted to fund it more than ever. Yeah, sus. I don't know, man. X, of course, going to give it to you. Oh my God. Senator Kennedy, AI drinking milk. When you take the first step, a sip of whole milk. Oh, God. What do we got this here? Conjoin Chris. Green candle. He just lit the green candle for Jan 3. Of course, Samson Mal's company. What else we got? Anything else here? Poor people are almost all... I can't. I don't know. This has got to be an AI video. They're trolling, right?
As a 37-year-old full-time working mom of 3 boys who
Maybe
also
not.
moved her parents in with her. So we have groceries today from 3 different places. We got groceries from Sam's, Walmart, 4 places.
Doom scrolling.
Walmart, Food Lion, and Piggly Wiggly.
Oh my God, you went to 4
And
places?
I will tell you the totals for each at the end, and then a grand total.
What? Look at all this junk food. Oh my God. I don't even need to look. Okay, I'm over it. This is how we lose elections, by voting like Democrats. We're downing the incompetence of the GOP. I cannot believe this. What? What is this? Crane of Arizona Amendment number 2 of agreeing to the amendment. What are we talking about, Mike Lee? What are we talking about? Context matters, my friend. Context matters. I don't know. Let's take a look. Anyone responding to what's going on with this? People are watching closely. I appreciate you calling their colleagues. I want GOP to win the midterms. I want the Democrats to win, but I'm frustrated. Didn't feel like Americans are coming in the last GOP. I don't know. I don't know what the hell is going on. Context matters, though. Okay. ICE is doing what should be mundane work of deporting people who aren't allowed to be in the country anymore. Donald Trump, I guess the reaction to Donald Trump talking about the Minnesota Insurrection Act. Okay. I'm not feeling anything this morning, guys. Why is my feed like no crypto? Like, did all the crypto bros just got kicked off of YouTube this morning? Off of X this morning? Like, what is going on here? I'm gonna reload this, but there's just nothing good on X this morning. Okay, you got a new post from Michael Saylor as of an hour ago. Treasury news here. U.S. Treasury postpones $4 billion debt buyback due to technical issue. What? Can we not pay our bills anymore? What? Oh, and so it starts. Treasury has postponed its today's buyback operation due to a technical issue by 9 a.m. tomorrow. We promise. Trust us, bro. We'll provide information regarding when the buyback will be rescheduled. Oh, wow. Seems like they need to get on a new rail, right? Just in, Iran's crypto ecosystem reaches $8 billion in 2025, over 2% of the country's GDP. Damn. Engineering credit into Bitcoin. That's pretty much all we got from Michael Saylor and friends over there. Crypto Queens followed me. What? No way. It may not be the real one. I don't know. We got a post from Andra on my feed as well. Let's see what's going on with Andra. Wow, that's cool. What the hell? Guys, I don't know. I don't just feeling some kind of way this morning. There's nothing crypto related in my feed. Are you kidding me? Within like the last 5 hours, 3 hours, it's all like 20 hours ago. Kathleen Kennedy, guys, I celebrated last night. She's gone. Yes, Star Wars can shine again, possibly, if Disney lets it. Okay, what else is going on? Tell the Democrats in 2026. SWE! Huge SWE TVL already added to in 2026 or something. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm kind of over it. There's nothing here. There's nothing here today. What is going on? Willie Will again talking about capital flows picking up. He's blocked his entire thing to only subscribers only. Jim Kramer says, I don't believe Bitcoin can reach 500,000, let alone 1 million. It's improbable. Looks like we're hitting 1 million soon. Yeah, looks like he said that a few hours ago. I guess Crypto Rover covered it again. He's usually touting off. Don't let Larry hear him say that. He will kiss the ring if Larry hears him say that. Michael Sarah says, I think we're entering a bull market. Bullish. This is an hour ago. This is kind of new. Guys, don't forget to get your tickets for Bitcoin 2026 in April in Vegas. We're going to be there, of course, covering the 2026 conference. Can't wait to be there, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. There it is. There it is. That's Venetian. And I'll be wearing a Venetian mask. How fitting. How fitting. All right. What else is going on? Anything? I'm scrolling, guys. I'm really trying hard, and it's all old news. Kathy Woods called for a golden age in this economy. Bullish for Bitcoin. Bullish for Bitcoin. All right. I'm over it. 2029 case. That's your base case. Man, they're bullish. My base case is 2030. Maybe not base case. Yeah, base case. Yeah, my base case is 2030. Bull case is like 28. Yeah, somewhere in the middle. So I mean, that kind of lands there. All right. So who is this? Andre Dragos from Bitwise. Bitwise, my friends. Bitwise.
What does it even mean for the price, right? We're always talking about can it reach like 200,000? Can it reach 500,000? Can it reach 1 million? Right? Is that even possible?
Yes, sir.
And it's quite possible. It's actually our base case. So in our latest 2025 prediction report, we said by the year 2029, Bitcoin will have the same kind of market cap like gold right now, 18 trillion US dollars.
Gold's right now sitting at 30 trillion. Didn't age very well, did it?
Stupid.
All right. I think we're over it. But we'll finish it.
And we'll reach $1 million per coin. That's our official base case. That's our official price target. And based on this increasing scarcity, you can very realistically reach $1 million per coin. So it's not very unrealistic.
Okay. Moving on. Jake the Snake in the chat saying I should capture Skywalker Ranch to rescue the franchise. Oh my God. Jake, no. You need to recruit. You need to recruit George Lucas, not take him over. He's done nothing wrong other than sell his. I shouldn't say that. Sell his property. I won't say what he actually said though. Back in the day, you guys can look that up. He sold his babies to the blank slavers. Okay, I'm over it. Maximus Diamond Hand says, when we get Otaku Super Junk in Vegas, we'll definitely take off his mask. No, you shall not. I'll be very protective over my mask. Dickensix says, Kathleen Kennedy will always haunt the halls of Lucasfilm and the Dave Bologna. He's uninspired. Damn, Dave Filoni. That's unfortunate, man. He was really great at the tail end of Lucas's reign. And then, Kathleen took it over and incited all that crazy stuff that we see today. Babu Freak, guys. The hottest character in Star Wars. Yay. A little character about this tall. This spouts nonsense. Like an old drunken man. Okay, I'm moving on. Moving on. Okay, let's see what we got. Bitcoin's having a little bit of a free fall. Let's take a look. We did pump back up to 95, and then we lost it again back down to 94.6. A little bit of a crash here. Testing look at that, right on the nose on our order book, of course, showing that we had 94.5 as support there. The last line of defense for 95K. That's it. This is it, guys. If we break this and we lose this, it's going to be harder for us to, of course, reclaim 98, 99 into the weekend. But not impossible. Not impossible. We could do a V-shaped recovery still. We'll see. But we did lose we did break through the bear trend we had yesterday morning. Looks like the American stock market is back to its antics again. If that is true, we're going to do something like this again. That's cool. Remember when we did that for like 2-3 months straight? God. I don't know. I don't want to believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. But manipulation, of course. Market open, dump, foreign market pump, and then we get this range bound for like a month again, like we did last time. I don't think it's going to be a month for Bitcoin this year, though, at the beginning of the year, but only time will tell. All right, let's get back and continue. We are starting to get a wick, and what we got in the order books. Let's see how much we lost. We lost a little bit of ground here this morning. The first time we lost any ground so far significantly this year. It's just a tiny little dip. Tiny. All right. So yeah, this is the entire rip so far for the month. This is going back to the 10th of January, so about a week ago. Again, this is just the week of orders in place here. And of course, we wrecked everything the bears had for us along the way up. We're holding this line right here. This was, of course, the area represented on the board. The next spot is the golden pocket down here. Damn, they built this up so much yesterday. Holy crap. So before yesterday, this is what we had. Look at that. If we hide this real quick, this is all we had yesterday. It is all brand new. Insane and strong. Very strong here. But the bears do have a lot more resistance for us at 98, 99. The more we lose this ground, the more it's going to start shedding its ugly head down here as well. And I really don't want to see that as we continue to maintain the range between 97, 98, between 98 and 90 flat. I would say 90 flat. That's it. That's it right there. There's a lot more below us, of course, we could fall to and take, but we got to get through all this first. I'm not going to count that anymore because this is getting so stupid. This is getting so... In the last 2 or 3 days since the 14th, we built that up. It's stupid. It is stupid. And look at all this new area, too. This was not there before, of course. Everything on the books is brand new as of this last 4 days. 2 days. That's just 2 days. From the 14th to the 16th, all of these orders are new. There was none of this. None of this before this week. All right, still bullish on Bitcoin. Just looking at the order books right now, but we are losing a little bit of course, support and ground this morning. 94.5 being retested right now. 94.5, 94.3 on the books right here on Coinbase. This is it. This is it. Are we gonna hold it? Are we gonna break it? Will she hold? Will she hold? Hold the line. Hold the line. If we lose this, man, that sucks. We lose an entire leg. Oh, I hope not. I hope not. But it is going sideways here. And chopping down. 94.3. 94.3. All the threes have been a hard place to break through. Some whales are definitely planning these threes. Definitely planning these threes. Okay, let's get back in the chat. How you guys feeling right now? Andy, buy more. Buy more. Looks like the only thing that's really happening right now is markets falling, having a bit of a pullback. Let's take a look and see if there's anything macro going on. If we got any news out of the White House. Like I showed you guys this morning, the news out of Canada right now, that scared me this morning. I'm like, what the F are they doing? What are they doing? They just partnered with China? What?
Out. Drink a 7-Up. Eat
I can't.
A moon pie. Quit murdering people.
Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, let's jump back over here and show you guys what I'm talking about. If you guys caught the morning, it was the first thing I showed you guys this morning, so odds are you probably missed it. Wow, they're still struggling over here on X, too. X losing it, man. They're breaking down. What is going on with X? We did get connection for a little while, and it was just old news. Probably old posts, probably nothing really new posted here in a few hours. 32 people watching right now on YouTube Live, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit those buttons, guys. I, of course, would love that. We're trying to figure out what's going on in the world. X is down, and something's going on in the major news. Let's take a look at the outlets, see what's anything breaking.
Talk a little bit about the changing landscape of college football.
Football? Really? You talking about football? What the hell? CNBC, let's go over to CNBC. Auto affordability doesn't exist. Love it. All right, my buttons, man. I don't know what's going on. The buttons aren't working either. Varney and Co. celebrates. I don't know what the hell that is. Let's go over to headlines, see what's going on in the major news. Maybe CNBC has something breaking on their webpage. Warsh sprints ahead in the fair share race following Trump's comments on Hassett. And the prediction markets are still, they flipped. It was 2 days ago. Warsh flipped. Kevin Warsh flipped. Hassett. The other Kevin. There's too many Kevins. President Trump. Kevins are the worst. My God.
What What are you, stupid?
All right. Former Federal Reserve Governor Kevin Warsh on Friday vaulted in the front of the pack to the race, central banking chair, following the remarks of Donald Trump, according to closely watched presidential market. What did he say about Hassett? Let's see. I see our Warsh. I see Kevin in the audience. I just want to thank you. You were fantastic on television today. Trump said during remarks in the White House. Actually want to keep you where you are. If you want to know the truth. Maybe he just wants to keep him where he is and then put someone else in the chair. See, I don't know. The Fed chair speak. All right. After Trump spoke, traders on Kalshi raised their bets to 59%. What? It really? Oh, on Kalshi. Okay, not Polymarket. We looked at it last night. It was not that high on Polymarket. The chance of Warsh getting the job compared to a 14% for Hassett. All right, we're still watching, of course, the Fed chair race. The guy we're going to watch for the next, I don't know. I watched freaking Powell for 6 years, and he was in office for 8, right? Or 8. I don't know. We better hope we get someone we are entertained by, because we're going to be watching him for the next possible 8 years. All right, what else we got? Anything else breaking? What is going on? Why is X down? Give me something. The world is broken today, guys. 10:45 right now in America, Eastern Standard Time. Bitcoin falling. Don't know why. Maybe it's because X is out. Maybe because something going on in America. We just don't have the news on. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the chat. How you guys are feeling. Andy says, need another crap to pump or break even, sell, and buy more Zbeck, Canton, Pith, Worm, Fartcoin. Andy's shilling some coins in the chat there. It looks like, whoa, college football. That's exciting, says Jake the Snake. Yeah, you know how I feel about that. Bitcoin crashing little there, says Julian Song. Yes, it is. Elon's child support kicked in. What the hell? All right, what do we got on CNBC? White House pushing small cars. Yippee. Let's go over to news. I'm just going to look just random news over on Google. Why not Google? Go with the Googe. News. News. Just give me the news. Giving Trump the Nobel Peace Prize medal is absurd. We already covered that this morning. Came out an hour ago. 3 hours ago, U.S. Congress members visit Denmark as Trump's pressure on Greenland rises. 3 hours ago, maybe it's still pressures on Greenland. Trump threatens military action in Minneapolis. As of 3 hours ago, it's still continuing. What else we have? It's breaking. Start by date, please. 16 minutes ago, we have experimental drug shows promise for rare genetic disorder. 20 minutes ago, Bristol police officer created make-believe in, I guess, overseas, in London, Bristol's. South Africa floods Kruger National Park. Damn, Somerset, I don't know what's going on, guys, in the world here. Somerset murder accused. I don't know. Let me know in the chat if you guys know what's going on. Something's going on. I have a feeling. I have this feeling. I got a gut feeling. All right, let's get a look at the overall sentiment, see what's changed. Crypto fear and greed now still holding 49 in neutral. We did snap back to neutral after being greedy last night. Let's take a look at the Dixie. How's the Dixie holding up? 99.4. Something is happening. I'm telling you, the Dixie doesn't just rise like that out of nothing. Something's going on. All right, guys, get your fingers out there. Find them. Who's taking the price right now? Okay, let's take a look back at X. X still down. X still down. Damn. This is a significant outage. Okay, weird energy in the air right now, says Miller Mountain. Yes, indeed. Weird energy. Okay, let's get back over to Bloomberg. What are we talking? College sports, there's no way. They're still talking about sports. There's no way. This has got to be a distraction. Full tinfoil hat right now. This has got to be a distraction. Just talk about sports. Talk about sports right now. Looks like Donald Trump is live. Let's take a look. Donald Trump is live. Trump live. Yep, right now.
By Obama, because he didn't know much about this stuff. That was designed by other people.
Knew something was happening.
That are total pros that are bought off by the insurance companies. And the problem we'll have with this is we'll get no Democrat votes, even though it should be very bad for them if they don't. But maybe you'll get some. You'll call some of your friends, fellas, and Bob, you'll call some of your friends over on the other side. I don't know how they can reject it. It's just so popular. It's so compelling. So Obamacare was designed to make insurance companies rich with taxpayer subsidies, and I want that extra money straight to the health savings accounts for you. And you can choose your own health care. You go out and negotiate your own health care. It makes people entrepreneurs, mini entrepreneurs. They'll pick the health care that's best for them because it's so different. A young person, they need health care for different reasons, and an old person doesn't need certain things that a young person needs, and vice versa. To further reduce insurance premiums, my plan ends the giant kickbacks to insurance brokers and corporate middlemen. We're getting rid of the middlemen. How long have you heard doctors, all these doctors over there, look so smart. They're all brilliant people. I assume you're brilliant, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? I assume we have the best. Do we have the best of the doctors? I would imagine, right? Hey, how cool is the White House? Okay?
Wow.
They're always in operating rooms. I wouldn't want to be in an I don't like operating rooms, but they do. But how cool is the White House, right? The coolest place on earth. And this is where it all begins. This is where we came up with a little concept about a place called Venezuela. How did that work out? And this is going to be the same thing in terms of its precision. Its importance is so big, it's going to work just like that.
It's the greatest. It's actually called the Great Health Bill, if you guys have been following it.
So amazing. But I equate that to other things because we can do other things like that. It doesn't always have to be a Minnesota where everything is corrupt, where they have health care centers that nobody shows up and somebody's making millions of dollars, where they have daycare centers where there are no kids. It's a scam. It's a big scam. It's like a horrible thing. We have a country that was great. We have a country that's now great again. It's really come a long way. Make America Great Again is almost going to be obsolete because our country is very close to, we Keep America Great. We may have to switch to Keep America Great. But I don't know. There's something about MAGA we should never change it. Susie said, don't change. We like MAGA. Everybody likes MAGA.
Keep America
So
Great.
we want to make this precision, just like a Venezuela, just like the attack on the Iran nuclear weapons, which wiped that out, just like all of the other things we do, they're precision. We want to make it the opposite of Minnesota, California, and all these places that are so badly run. So to further reduce insurance premiums, my plan ends the giant kickbacks to those insurance brokers and corporate middlemen that you've been hearing about for so long. It also funds the so-called cost-sharing reduction program to bring down the cost of the most common plans on the exchanges by more than 15%. And next, the Great Healthcare Plan mandates unprecedented accountability and transparency from insurance companies and all healthcare providers. We want transparency. You're not allowed to ask a doctor how much is it going to cost. You're going to have your heart ripped out, and you're not allowed to negotiate. This is a giant scam. It's, in certain ways, look, nothing can compare to most favored nations. But when you give yourself the right to negotiate, you're not allowed to even ask how much it costs. You're supposed to go into a hospital and get operated on. Then they send you a bill and you have to file for bankruptcy. Not going to let that happen. So we're going to have insurance companies and healthcare providers going to have great, and hospitals, great transparency. The word transparency is a very important word. So they can't get away with ripping you off any longer. It requires insurance companies to make it easy for you to compare plans. You got to be able to compare plans. You can't do that now. You're not allowed to do that. It's not even believable. I tell you what, I used to sit before I was a politician home, and I used to say, how is that possible? Things happen that, I guess it's just the forces of nature, the forces of power, and you end up with very, very badly treated people, and they won't stand for it. But these forces are going to release an earthquake of reduced price health care. You're going to have massively reduced costs. This is no longer we're going to cut it by the famous 1/8 of a point. You're going to have massively reduced health care, and it's going to be massively better. You're going to have great health care at a much lower price, which is the two things. We want great health care and we want low price. You're going to have great health care at low price. Now you have terrible health care at a high price. You have horrible, horrible Obamacare health care. Like everything else he did, it was crap. It was a horrible plan. It was from day one.
If I knew he was coming out, we'd do bingo, but...
It was a very sad night that night when there was a thumb raised. Most importantly, will require any hospital or insurer who accepts Medicare and Medicaid to prominently post all prices. You're going to post your prices at their place of business. Something they don't have to do, something they're not even allowed to do. We'll have the maximum price transparency, and the cost will come down just by that, not even talking about favored nations. The price will come down. So just in conclusion, I'm calling on Congress to pass this framework into law so that we can get immediate relief to the American people, including rural America. And I hope to get Democrat votes. They know, they saw it. I know a lot of Democrats. And they say that plan is unbelievable. Are you going to vote? Well, I'm going to try. They have tremendous pressure on them. Vote no. Vote no. We have a couple of Republicans. Thomas Massey always votes no. He's like, something wrong with the guy. If you have any clinical psychiatrists in there, maybe go check out his mind. But he always votes no. He's a very bad person. He's a very bad Republican, bad American when you always vote no. Just vote no. Do you approve? No. You know, there's not a thing you can say to him either, Lola. Look, Lola wants to be nice. He likes to get along with everybody. I don't. But they vote no. But so I don't know. You know, you have some people, they're very, I call him Rand Paul Jr. Rand Paul always votes. I don't know why he votes no, but I guess he thinks it's good politics. I got him elected.
X is back up again, guys. So
I didn't endorse him. He wouldn't have been elected.
Finally.
But he doesn't reciprocate, and I guess that's okay. But I want to hear now, if I could, from Dr. Oz, and then we're going to have Dan Sullivan say a few words, and Rob and Mike. And Governor, you're going to say a few words, and we appreciate you being here very much. You're doing a fantastic job. I just want to leave by saying that this is the biggest thing to ever happen to healthcare in our country. It will not be covered that way by the fake news, and that's a sad thing. It will probably not be voted positively by the Democrats, and that's a sad thing. They all know how good it is. I think we can make health care into a Republican issue because the Republicans are going to be close to unanimous on this. It should be unanimous. Maybe we will be unanimous, but it'll be close. But we have a small majority. We probably need a little bit of help from the Democrats. So whatever we can do, we're going to do it. It's the biggest thing to happen to health care, maybe from the beginning. So Oz, would you take it away, please? Thank you very much.
Mr. President.
All right. This is why we're getting these movements,
Mr. President,
guys.
thank you for standing up for American health care. And I just
Here's
want
Bobby.
to underline this fundamentally important issue. We need Congress to help craft the Great America Health Care Plan. And the Great Health Care Plan will work. It's a brilliantly conceived framework. And as it comes to the American people, they understand that they'll want it. And it should represent the analogous situation, similar to what you did so brilliantly last spring with the Working Families Tax Cut legislation that the President mentioned, has created the Rural Health Transformation Fund, which is why we're here today. I want to put a little bit of texture around why this is such an important issue, because the Rural Health Transformation Fund is the largest investment ever in American history in our rural communities.
Yeah.
50% increase in the amount of money that Medicaid, which Secretary Kennedy and I regulate, into our rural communities, $50 billion. You can do the math. It's $1 billion per state, and that's an important factor because it got them competing. There are 60 million rural Americans, and these folks do not have access to the same care that's available in urban and suburban America. Their life expectancy, if they're in a vulnerable situation, is 9 years shorter, because your zip code actually is your destiny. It determines how long you're going to live, and we can make a dent in this because the high rates of chronic disease and other ailments that plague our rural areas are often driven because they don't have access to care. That's going to change because of the Sentinel legislation. And again, it's similar teams, the same leadership, same president, same Congress that passed the Working Families Tax Cut legislation, which is incredibly popular around the country and will make the great health care plan successful as well. From the day the legislation was signed to create this wonderful fund, this transformational fund, the team at CMS, which is under Secretary Kennedy, began working. And they're here today. Steph Carlton, outstanding Chief of Staff, Alina Chekai, and Emily Chan. That day started working. It was July the 4th, by the way, on the specific vision for the program. How do you actually get the money out the door in 6 months? The president was insistent, did not want the money in Washington. So we began working closely to make sure that we'd use the money not as a Band-Aid, but to empower those closest to the challenges that rural patients face. And who are those people, the 50 people who know rural health care the best? The governors. They wanted the money out of Washington into the governor's hands, and that was done in a remarkable way. The governors thought big. We have one here from Nebraska who's actually the first to start working on community engagement, which is part of that legislation as well. But we have to right-size health care in rural America, and that's an important phrase. All 50 states submitted amazing ideas to transform rural health care in ways that should have been done decades ago. The CMS team awarded each team their portion of the $50 billion investment precisely with the same precision that we took Venezuela leadership, a convicted individual, and with Iran as well, the same precision on time before the end of the year, and got it out of Washington into the states. Now I want us to take a step back and do a little thought experiment, Mr. President, if you want to do this. If you, and God forbid this happened, had turned your head the other way in Butler, Pennsylvania,
oh boy,
it wouldn't have been an ear injury. Now, I've been to Butler. I'm from Pennsylvania. Butler General Hospital is a good hospital. They don't have neurosurgery there. If you have an injury to the head, you have a golden hour to get cared for. You were taken to Butler General Hospital. Because the injury, thankfully, was not as lethal as it was designed to be, it wasn't a problem. But if you'd had a head injury, you could have had your life saved. But without a neurosurgeon, and there is no neurosurgeon at Butler General Hospital, unfortunately, you wouldn't have an option because Pittsburgh is a far, far ride away. That's the closest metropolitan area where there are lots of neurosurgeons. But with this bill, this legislation rather, this funding of $50 billion, Pennsylvania got its share. And they're going to be able to build telemedicine hookups, even telerobotic surgery, that would allow an injured individual in a car accident or any other reason that is a head injury in Butler General and rural hospitals across the country to be able to access the best care our nation has to offer so rural America will not suffer. That's the promise of what this money offers to our nation. It's not just paying the bills, it's not just picking up the pieces, it's actually transforming using technology we have widely available in urban America, the way we save lives in rural America. Each state competed aggressively because for $1 billion, Mr. President, you'll fight pretty hard. And they gave us brilliant ideas that they're talking with each other about. So we're actually creating teams that now across state lines will connect because they're all Americans and they base their advances on several pillars. Secretary Kennedy can talk about MAHA because there's MAHA elements to this as well, but very precisely sustainable access. We asked states, how can we bring top care closer, like in the thought experiment I gave you for Butler General. In Pennsylvania and North Carolina, there are regional spoke models, and hub and spoke means you've got a big hospital in the city and they adopt or work closely with some rural hospitals to solve the challenges of fragmented care. And that actually works. You share administrative back office work, you group purchase your stuff, you save money, you exchange medical records. Alabama has no OBGYNs in many of their counties. So they're doing something pretty cool. They're actually having robots do ultrasounds on these pregnant moms. So we can actually get those images back to the big center. So we know if the child has a problem, and we know if that mother's at risk. We have one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the world, in the country with the best medicine in the world. It's often stated, people ask, does healthcare stink in America? Well, they don't like it. Would you leave America to get healthcare elsewhere? Nobody leaves. We have the best health care if you can get to it. We don't want rural America left behind anymore. As an aside, by the way, we've talked about the most favored nation drug pricing. One of the first companies and areas we used most favored nation drug pricing is fertility drugs. That's why we're going to have so many Trump babies, because we've dropped dramatically the most expensive part of the fertility space. And so America no longer will pay so many times more, in that case it was 10 times more, for the same fertility drugs that they're available for moms who want to get pregnant in Europe. I want to thank Terry, who's here as a nurse practitioner, Andrew, who's a doctor, West Virginia, New Mexico. They're representatives of the workforce in rural America. But there are only 2 of them here representative because we don't have enough people working in rural America. It's a big challenge. So Delaware is creating its own medical school, their first ever medical school in a rural part of the state. so that can get more local talent that will stay local in those parts of Delaware. Michigan is launching the high school to healthcare pipeline grant program. They want to take kids out of high school in Michigan, local rural communities, and get them into the system, get them trained as nurses, because they'll stay home because they're from those communities, and they'll save lives for decades there. These are the types of programs that can get our rural communities and economies up to high gear and keep it that way long after this 5-year funding is done. And finally, tech innovation. Rural communities would benefit the most from high-tech advances, like we just discussed, as possibly if there was a head trauma case. Many states want to partner with our CMS data interoperability network. It was created by Amy Gleason, who spearheaded so much of the technology transformation in our government. It's going to support the president's pledge to provide transparency that he mentioned as part of the great healthcare plan. And Congress can ensure these are all available for decades to come if we can get this legislation through. As in the tech innovation forefront, just to give you a couple examples, Texas and Hawaii are making targeted investments in statewide telehealth, so everybody has telehealth. The best doctors for the best knowledge available where you are. We'll meet you where you are. If you're a vet and depressed and you're thinking of taking your life, we'll be there. Just let us know you're in trouble and we'll help. Alaska wants to deploy, and I'm going to hand it to Senator Sullivan in a second, wants to deploy unmanned pharmaceutical distribution kiosks and drones that will deliver medications, because in the north slope of Alaska, you can't get there this time of year. So these technologies, they exist. Why are we using them in Midtown Manhattan? We should use them in rural Alaska. This administration is committed to collaborating with all 50 states, all 50, red and blue, all 50 states, to carry out bold plans to tackle the challenges that local communities face. We're not pouring funds blindly, however, into a broken system. We're going to carefully, precisely, as the president said, target this investment. With healthcare fund running rampant, and I was in Minnesota this week, Mr. President, it's worse than we've heard, but Minnesota, pardon the pun, is just the tip of the iceberg. California is the varsity team when it comes to fraud, waste, and abuse. We're not going to let that happen. We want transparency for this $50 billion investment. We owe it to Capitol Hill, we owe it to this president, and we want accountability to be a top priority. For that reason, we've created an Office of Rural Health Transformation at CMS for long-term oversight. The office, led by Alina, check guide Alina again, was one of the people who helped create this program in the forefront, will guide, she was in the first administration, Mr. President. She's going to guide states in implementing their rural health transformation plans, coordinate all the federal and state partnerships, making sure there's appropriate oversight. In addition, every single state is going to have a dedicated project officer. We will be there with you. We're going to help you. Please engage us. You've got lots of lives at risk. It's a true state-federal partnership, unbelievable, extraordinary milestone for healthcare. Your zip code will no longer dictate whether you have excellent healthcare. Your zip code will no longer be your destiny. It's not going to dictate your life expectancy. Mr. President, I cannot thank you enough for the leadership that it took to get this $50 billion investment in rural healthcare. They don't make a lot of noise. They just want to get the job done. You stood up for them in Congress. God bless you for making this possible. Please do it again. Please do it again for the great health care plan. Let me hand it to Dan Sullivan, who's a spectacular member of the Senate, and obviously Alaska, they're pretty rural.
Thank you, Dr. Oz. And
yikes. 94.8 Bitcoin recovering back.
I'm very honored to be here. This is a really exciting day. I want to thank you, sir, and your team. Worked really closely with Dr. Oz, Secretary Kennedy, many others. You know, this is a great example of how Congress, working closely with your administration, can achieve historic things. This is historic for our rural health care, certainly, in the Working Families Tax Cuts Act. You combine it with what you were talking about, sir, in terms of drug price reductions for all Americans. So these are two things that are happening right now and are historic, and I agree 100% with you, Mr. President. Hasn't got a lot of press, even though it is historic. It's going to really impact people in rural America, especially my state, this fund that I want to talk about. But what you've done on the drug pricing is even...
Ben, will you get Lisa Murkowski to vote for it?
She voted for it.
No, are you going to get her to vote for the great, big, beautiful health care bill that we're doing?
When we get that, I think MFN drug pricing, I bet every member of Congress votes on that.
Are you going to get her to vote for it?
We'll work on it, sir. We'll work on it. So let me actually talk a little bit about the context of what's going on in Alaska and how this relates to it. You know, after 4 years of being locked up and shut down by the previous administration, we are on the cusp of achieving some huge goals in my state that we've been working on for decades. We have this huge resource development boom going on the north slope of Alaska. I was with a bunch of the Inupiat, Alaska Native people who live up there. They are so excited about what's happening there. We are, as you know, Mr. President, building icebreakers. We're home porting some of those in Alaska. We have huge historic infrastructure and economic and national security investments happening. In particular, the gas line that you have championed so much, the big LNG project. All of these things are happening. It's really exciting. By the way, all of these issues I just talked about, all of those were in the Working Families Tax Cuts Act, so there's a lot of excitement. But, Mr. President, in addition to a strong economy, the thousands of jobs that these projects are going to have, we have to have a strong healthcare system in every state. And rural Alaska, as you mentioned, as Dr. Oz mentioned, has often, almost always been an afterthought when it comes to investing in healthcare in America. And that's not happening anymore after the Working Families Tax Cuts Act. As you said, Mr. President, as Dr. Oz said, this is the biggest investment in rural health care in American history. $50 billion, the award the great state of Alaska was able to get working with Dr. Oz, and the parameters of the bill was about $1.4 billion over 5 years to transform our health care system. So that's really exciting, but here's the big deal. This is not just about money. This bill isn't just about money. The reason it's so impactful is that it's focused on letting states and governors design the system that they need. Alaska has many unique healthcare challenges, Mr. President, as you know, but for decades, the mentality in Washington, D.C. is this approach to one size fits all. D.C. tells every state, here's how you have to do it. And it never works. It never works. It certainly doesn't work in my state. I'll just give you one example, the federal match on Medicaid. Our state typically has the lowest match in the country, even though we have the highest health care costs and highest delivery costs in the country. The one size fits all doesn't work. This bill is different. This bill that we wrote with your administration is all about allowing states to design a system that works for them with CMS guidance, and this will be a generational opportunity for every state to bring health care closer to home, to make it more responsive to the people who live in that state, and make it more affordable. I'll just end with this, Mr. President. Like I said, a lot of excitement. We got Governor Dunleavy, who sends his greetings, was hosting the stakeholders in Alaska who are going to be applying for these funds, working with CMS in our state. Over the last couple of days, you have over 300 people coming to these meetings on how to use this transformation fund to better health care in Alaska. And this is going to help my constituents, it's going to help every American, and it is really exciting. And I want to thank, again, you, Mr. President, and your team.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. We're going to have to go very fast. We're going to have to go we are way behind schedule, and I have a couple of meetings that are very important. Nothing more important than this, but let's go. Come on, Bob. Rob?
Fire round.
Please.
Mr. President, thank you very much for having me here today. And I represent northeastern Pennsylvania. Your governor from Scranton, Pennsylvania, so never had the opportunity to meet. But I inherited a very similar problem. But before I was even sworn into office, I had two hospitals, Moses Taylor and Regional in Scranton, that were imminently facing closure.
Right.
And it's been, and working with Dr. Oz, Administrator Oz, and the CMS team has been absolutely incredible on so many levels. And thank you again for intervening and shepherding us through that process. But when you're looking at Pennsylvania, we're going to receive over $193 million. In 5 years, it'll be over $1 billion for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And when you think about northeastern Pennsylvania, clinics and regional hospitals, rural hospitals are the backbones of our communities. So making a targeted investment that is not just going to Band-Aid over poor operational procedures, it's going to actually transform rural healthcare. That's what we are so excited about. Pike County in my district is the largest growing county in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania where there's not a hospital. The nearest commute to a hospital is over 55 minutes away. So these are going to be funds that will be so imperative. The unprecedented investment is going to be incredible, and thank you for having me up here and being a part of this journey.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a great opportunity to be here with you and your team. Dr. Oz has been a tremendous asset. The $50 billion commitment to rural health transformation is critical. New York State is going to see about $212 million in the first year, which is vital for workforce development, access to care, primary, behavioral, maternal, emergency, telemedicine, et cetera. How were we able to do it? Because we rooted out waste, fraud, and abuse in the system. Democrats will just say we cut $1 trillion in Medicaid. That's not what we did. We said you need to be eligible, you need to be a citizen, you need to work if you are able-bodied without dependent children. We reined in the provider tax and state-directed payments, which have exploded over years. And we are taking this money, not only preserving Medicaid for the IDD community, our seniors, our children, our single mothers, but we're investing it in rural health. When you look at Obamacare, health insurance premiums have risen 96% since Obamacare took effect. Insurance revenues up 2,000%. Mr. President, you are 1,000% correct that the insurance companies are the problem. They wrote Obamacare. It's to their benefit, and the American people are being screwed. And so we can get a bipartisan agreement on what you are trying to do. When it comes to lowering drug prices, I will tell you, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies is in my district in Westchester County. I met with them in 2024, and I said, what would you do to lower drug prices? And the response was, go after the European price controls. You are spot on taking on the price controls that have been put in place. Most favored nation is the single best thing we can do to lower prescription drug prices here in America. The pharmaceutical companies will tell you that privately. And that is the fundamental fact. We need to go after PBM reform. Associated health care plans, we put that on the floor. Every Democrat voted against it, every Republican for it. Those would reduce costs by 11% because businesses, small businesses, would be able to pool together and purchase health care plans at a lower rate. We need to go after the PBMs and make sure that insurance companies are not owning providers and owning PBMs. That is what is driving up the cost of health care in this country. You've talked about IVF. I've been a big champion on this. We need to make sure the insurance companies cover it. I also have a tax bill to provide tax incentives to Americans, and what you have done to lower IVF costs on the drugs is critical. And you are 1,000% correct on expanding HSAs. I fundamentally believe that we can address the issues with Obamacare, make sure that the American people have access to care at a lower rate. We can get a bipartisan agreement to address the EPTC with expansion of HSAs so that the money goes to the people and not the insurance companies. We are committed to working to get this done, and I thank you for your leadership.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President, gigantic thank you, and thank you for your incredible leadership. Your courage gives me more courage to say it the way it is. We're working very hard in Nebraska to run government like a business. This investment into rural America, which, by the way, in all of Nebraska, you poll 85%. I don't know what the hell's wrong with the other 15, but your 85 is a pretty good number. I think, be very, very brief. This plan will allow us to do common sense, pragmatic investments in rural Nebraska, and they will be sustainable. We will make sure that we don't need another dollar after 5 years. We are working on simple things like food. Real food is good medicine. We're working on making sure that all of our veterans, Nebraska is 500 miles long, 250 miles wide, no longer are veterans going to have to drive to Omaha to get care. We're going to take care of our veterans at home. Investments in technology so we can educate our children in rural Nebraska to provide health care are really, really important issues. And I think that the other is we've developed what we call 6 Regions, 1 Nebraska, and that will focus and take advantage of those. So we're working on what we have and then being able to use these resources to also help us with mental health and drug care as well. So we're incredibly grateful. Nebraska, we work hard. We're about faith, family, hard work, the American dream, and we don't ask for much help in rural Nebraska. So we're really grateful for this investment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. 1 minute.
How about 30 seconds? How about 30 seconds, sir? As a small town kid from Glen Rose, Texas, population 1,200, where I grew up, what you are doing today changes everything. And on behalf of our farmers and our ranchers in rural America, it is a new day, and we're so grateful. The final thing I'll say is I think about Abraham Lincoln, who also sat in this room, and I think about other presidents throughout American history. And you think about how the fundamental course of American history has changed in certain pivot points throughout history. I think about you as the peace president, 8 wars solved, more coming. I think about you as the security president, a border that is secure for the first time and more than any time in American history. I think about you as the prosperity president. We talk about, Kevin, wages going up.
We'll give her more than 1 minute. In fact,
oh no, I'm almost done.
she can speak as long as she wants.
I'm almost done. The prosperity president and what's happening. Think about you as the affordability president. Everything is coming down. Inflation is coming down. The cost of groceries is coming down. Fuel, housing, etc. And sir, today, in the last 2 weeks, you will go down in history as the greatest president for the health of this country in history. Think about our new dietary guidelines from Bobby Kennedy and I, but with your leadership, putting real food back in the middle of our health care conversation. Whole milk for healthy kids with those dairy farmers 2 days ago. We were in Pennsylvania talking about it yesterday. And today, putting the patient and the doctor back in charge of health care with great leaders like Governor Pillen. God bless you, your leadership, and all of our leaders. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. It's been a great day. And Terry and Andrew, thank you. Thank you very much for being here. I hear you're just outstanding people and have really helped. We appreciate it. You want to say something?
Thank you, President Trump, and I would just echo everything that's been said here. Thank you very much for what you're doing. I'm from the northwest corner of New Mexico. We also work with the Navajo Nation.
Right.
And so we have a lot of rural areas in our state and in our county. I'm also a county commissioner. So I take as being a nurse practitioner, a county commissioner, with a heavy weight in order to see this happen. And it will help produce accessibility, which is a huge thing. People have to drive for miles in order to see a health care provider, workforce, quality care, and sustainability for our hospitals. That's what we're looking at. We meet next week as in
Bitcoin's still chopping back up to 95.
Our legislators. And so that is, we're going to be addressing the licensure compact.
Trump's got to go.
And they've got to clean up their elections in New Mexico.
We're working.
Because those elections are so corrupt, it's
Bitcoin's gotta
incredible.
go too.
If they clean it up, we win by a lot, but they are really corrupt elections. So I think if you want to do this, you have to tell them to start working on that. It's unbelievably one of the more corrupt states in terms of that. But you uncorrupted, so I appreciate you being here.
Well, the
Terry.
Northwest Corner loves you.
I know. I know. I know we have great love in New Mexico, but it's the elections are so corrupt. Not much you can do about it. We have that with numerous states. Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you very much. You have anything to say?
Oh my God,
Mr. President, thank you for having me here today. It's an honor to be here to represent my community. I'm from Northwest Georgia. I grew up in West Virginia. To represent my colleagues and my profession, it's truly an honor. This is so important to our patients, to put the physician and the patient back together and take everything else out of the middle. I practice in cardiology. Having efficient, effective, high-quality care is so important, and time is of the essence, and patients need to be able to have close proximity to their doctors to get the care that they deserve. Quality of care shouldn't matter about the zip code. We should be able to do what we are best at and take care of our patients on an equal playing field, and this certainly helps that. I greatly appreciate all that you've done for the American
Dollar's
people.
still breaking
You
out.
are an inspiration to us. You make us believe no problem is too big to solve. I mean, you are a representative of that. And I thank you for your leadership. Thank you for this opportunity to be here. And thank you for putting healthcare at the forefront. It's so important to every patient and every family that we take care of.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Great job. Great job you both do. Amazing. I've heard unbelievable things. And doctors in particular, thank you very much for being here. We very much appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. It's a big story. Thank you.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go. Carefully get up. Yep. You might want to wash that chair. I got you. That's wrong. That's fine. I mean, it's amazing, though. I mean, think about it. I mean, at his age, sitting that long, you know, taking those conversations, I would be very much wearing a diaper if I was in his shoes. All right, 75% of you guys say no, he's not wearing a diaper. He's risking it. All right, I'm gonna die if I don't eat, says Los. You won't if you don't eat for a day or a week, though. Los, you have reserves for the next 10 years. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, Strawberry says doctors need to start shaming people before giving drugs. God. Yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that. Okay. So that's what's going on. I knew something was up when the numbers started popping off. I'm like, something's got to be going on. We got to find something. And X was down. We couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. Finally, it did come back up. Is it still having troubles, man? What in the world? Yeah, it looks like they're back up. Yeah, things are moving a little smoothly. Yeah, smoothly now. We got 2 hours ago, billionaire Mike Novogratz says Bitcoin and crypto market structure bill will pass soon. I don't know, my guy. The timing is bad on that one too. All right, guys, I gotta take a break. I gotta get to the bathroom as well. 94,800 on Bitcoin, climbing back up after Trump speaks. We are now stuck in a bear trend. Hopefully, we can defeat this today. We still got an hour of day trading to go. So, possibility that we come back up here, retest this, maybe get a little bit of a bear fake out right around 130, something like that, and then maybe break it and run. Maybe we do something like that today. Freak everyone out. We get a little bit of a inverted head and shoulder action going on there. If we do, that would be interesting. We'll see if we got legs for it. All right, guys. So, yeah, that's what we got. Again, the trend's your friend. Stay safe out there. We're going to be back again tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, of course, to cover the market close into the weekend. And I can't wait to see, guys, if this actually does play out in our favor. We did bounce hard on the bottom of this channel, too. This is good. I like it. Even shedding a little bit at 95, I'm still not bearish. I mean, we took so much ground. It was inevitable we're going to get a pullback. We've been running since the beginning of the year. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you all again soon.
When will then be now? Soon.
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. In other words, gold Nike. Oh! In other words, let's make history. Oh! Fill my walls with more coins and let me huddle forevermore and more and more and more and more. I long for Hollywood talking to door. In other words, I choose you. In other words, I love you.
Yes, 100% Nebs in the chat, heading out for the day, guys. Yes, never a better time to be buying. Yes, 100% agree with that. Unless we see, 65, 70 again. I highly doubt those days are all gone. They're all gone. I doubt it. All right, guys, have a good one. I will see you again tonight. Take it easy. Peace. Don't do anything stupid before the bull run. Cliff says the $5 super chat coming in the outro. Let's go. Diaper, you should go. I should definitely go, man. I told you. I was honest with you guys. I did not make it to the bathroom on one of my live streams last year, and I'm right there feeling Mr. Trump. I'm feeling his gotta go right now. Gotta go. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll catch you later. Don't forget, also, up forever.
The point
Always
is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Yes.
Forever.
Right.